6 years ago, I decided to change my life.
You're lucky that you changed before you met Mama.
Mommies and daddies and adults can always try to be better, just like little kids. And I came over to your house and I met you, and then I said, you know what? I want to be their dada.
I am what I am today, 'cause I did it my way, nothing y'all can say. In this life or the next one.
Today Dad's gonna tell us about him, but I don't know what he's gonna tell us about him. But I hope it's not bad, because I want it to be good, and I hope it's cool. He's gonna tell us something before we knew him. I'm so excited to learn about my dad. So you do.
Something very special. You want to see something very special?
Yeah.
Okay. Look at these right here.
Whoa.
Look at these pretty coins,
My
right?
face comes purple. My face is pink.
I know, but they're all the same kind of, right? 6 years ago, I decided to change my life because I didn't like the life I was living. I was staying out too late at night. I was spending too much money. I wasn't a bad person. I was still a good person. I was probably very selfish and a little bit sick too. I was sick in some ways.
Why?
Sometimes you can be sick from, the flu or the cold. Other times you can be sick in your mind and your mind doesn't think the right things. It wasn't productive. Productive is when you do things that matter.
Maybe that's why you're so handsome and big.
Baby, that's why I'm so handsome and big now. You know it. After I watched the movie one night, I decided when I watched that movie, because in that movie I saw a guy that was like me that I didn't like. I'm like, that guy's just wasting his money. He's not spending time with his family. And I said, you know what? That guy is you, Justin. But you know what? I don't want to be that guy anymore. I want to change and I want to be better.
So maybe they give all those coins for you for different things.
Listen.
Thank you.
Yes.
So thank you.
Let me tell you a little bit more about how I got sober now that the adults are in the room. I was watching a movie called Unguarded, the Chris Herron story, and in this movie I saw myself, a guy who had a lot of potential but I was wasting it on drugs and alcohol and being places I shouldn't be. I saw myself in this person and I got disgusted, and that inspired me. I had so much shame but also had motivation. So in this movie, Chris Herron is this addict and alcoholic, but he changes his life and he becomes a hero in his community because he becomes sober. And I thought, wow, that would be an awesome thing if I changed my life. And the moment in the movie that really impacted me was when he was sober and he changed and he was healthy, he went back to where he used to drink and drug and use, and he said, right here is where I passed out while my wife and my kid were at the airport waiting for me. I looked at the TV and I said, that's pathetic. But then I said, oh wait, that's you. That's you, Justin. That person is you, because the week before I missed a very important obligation because I was drunk and I was passed out. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and I'm gonna attempt to be a different person. It's gonna be difficult, but I'm gonna try to do it one day at a time.
Because if you do stuff that don't make you happy, you shouldn't stop because you watch a movie and a show, and that show you was like, who was that? But now you figured out that it was you.
In that movie, the guy reminded me of me and I didn't like it, but I said, you know what? You can change. So after 1 year of changing and becoming the person I wanted to be, I got this coin after 1 year. So
but where did you got it?
But I used to go to places with other people who wanted to try to be better in their lives. And when you go to these places with other people saying, I want to be better too, we all get coins if you do it for long enough. And after 1 year, I got this coin. And then I got 2 years, 3, 4, 5. And the most important one is this one that says 6. Because,
why the important one?
Well, because right now I have 6 years of changing to be the person I wanted to be.
Then why don't have a 7 coin?
Because it hasn't come yet. I have to wait till next October. This is what I call, girls, my sobriety birthday. Can you say that?
Sobriety.
Sobriety birthday. Let me show you a special rock that I have. Can you read that to me?
Let me see.
Sobriety. Sobriety means that I live a more sensible, a better life.
What's sensible?
Sensible. Sensible means that I make good decisions for my family and for my daughters. Because before I had sobriety, I was only thinking about Justin. I only did what I wanted to do.
Like what do you want to do?
I just spent money where I wanted to spend it. I didn't care how people felt about me. I probably said things I shouldn't have said. Do you know how you sometimes say that adults should know everything?
Yeah.
Mommies and daddies and adults can always try to be better, just like little kids. So what's the real message here? Like, why am I sharing this with my daughters? Well, it is super, super important for me to humanize myself in front of my kids, to let them know that adults, mommies and daddies, can strive to be better people as well. I don't want my kids thinking that I'm perfect, because I'm not, and I don't want them thinking they need to be perfect because they're not. We can strive to be better one day at a time. This little rock, you know what it says? One day at a time.
You gotta keep doing one day at a time?
Absolutely. So no matter if you're 5 or if you're a daddy or a mommy, you try to be good one day at a time. All you got to do is think about today and say, today I'm going to be better at whatever you want to be better at.
Like coloring.
Today I'm going to try to be a better colorer. One day at a time. And if you keep doing one day and then one day and then one day and then one day, at some point it's a year and then 2 years and then 3 years. And you know what happens? Yeah. During that time, you start living a life that you want to live. And then good things happen, like what happened to me is now I have an awesome family. It's not that we have to be perfect people, but when we become who we are meant to be, we're perfect for the people that we're meant for. It's really about the mind focus of where you put your priorities and what is important to you, and how can you block everything else that's in the way of restricting that to achieve these things, always one day at a time.
You're lucky that you changed before you met Mama.
Ah, yeah, that's a good point. You're 5. I met you when you were 1. When I decided to change, I met your mom. I mean, I really liked your mom.
Maybe you met her.
I met her in New York City.
So she was walking, what she was walking?
She was walking in my neighborhood, and I thought she was very pretty, and I said I wanted to talk to her. And then she said, well, let me tell you that I have little daughters, they're twins, and they're almost 1 year old. And she showed me a picture, and I got very scared, because I'm like, I don't know if I want daughters, I don't know if I want to be a dad, I don't know, that's scary. My heart opened up and said, you know what, let me meet these little girls. And I came over to your house and I met you, and then you didn't really like me at first, but then it didn't take long, and then you really liked me, and then you started calling me Dad. And then I said, you know what, I want to be their Dad. So as many of you know, or maybe you don't know, I adopted the girls. I adopted Ava and Alexis, and that just shows you right there the power of the human spirit and how much we can change as people. Because at one point in my life, before I got sober, the truth is I didn't think I was capable, or I wanted to be a dad or a husband. We met each other at the right place at the right time. She went through a very difficult pregnancy all by herself. She raised the girls for the first year by herself. And then as I got sober and I became a healthier man, there's no coincidence that I met Ami at the right place at the right time. But I met the girls, and you know, it didn't take me long for me to fall in love. My heart opened up, and I just said, you know what, I want to be their dad. And I quickly worked to adopt them. And this was before any social media, any of that. We had no plans for anything. We were just living a happy life.
If you didn't get all of these coins, even this one, you would not be your dad?
Probably not. Probably not, because let me tell you something, girls. If I didn't have these coins, I would be living the same way that I used to live. If I was your dad, I probably wouldn't be a good dad.
If you wouldn't change by the time Mama saw you, she wouldn't say hi. And
yeah.
She wouldn't say hi, or she wanted even marry you.
Well, because when I met your mom, she was a smart lady. If I had to change, she wouldn't, because your mom went through a lot. Because you know, girls, that I adopted you. So the first year of your life, your mom had a very difficult time because she raised you all by herself. And that's very, very difficult.
You didn't help Mama build the babies, make the babies. Someone else helped make the babies.
You mean you and your sister?
No, yeah.
Yep.
Someone else helped Mama make the babies.
I didn't make you as a baby, but I was always meant to be your dad.
Yeah.
I was always meant to be your dad. So what happened is that once I changed my life and I got better, your mom met me at a time when I was ready and I was the person I wanted to be, and then you girls needed a dad.
and I became your dad, and now you have a dad, right?
You wasn't there when when we was in her belly because you didn't met her. You only met her when me and my sister turned when you.
Yeah, exactly. Things that you want to do are very hard. If you want to be a good soccer player, you got to work hard. If you want to be a good ballet dancer, it's very hard. If I want to be a better person, sometimes it's hard. You got to work hard. We can be better people. It's our decisions to try to be better people, right? And just because you're a daddy or mommy doesn't mean you can't be better. We can always try to be better people no matter how old we are.
There's nothing special about me. There's something special about what I did and the hard work that I went through to change my life, but anyone can do it. Don't give up on whatever you're trying to achieve, because I'm a living testament of how it can be done.
Thank you for watching, and make sure you do more videos. Subscribe and turn on the notification. Thank you for watching.